Kylian Mbappé, the goal merchant, the speed star, the next greatest of all time.
There's only one Kylian Mbappé, and
the Prince of Paris is loved and adored by all, both fans and players alike. Right? Guess again. Here are 8 players who hate Kylian Mbappé. Number 8, Neymar Jr. Have you ever wondered what happens when two egocentric superstars share a room? They end up in a brawl. That's exactly the case with Neymar Jr. and Kylian Mbappé. It's a 2020 UEFA Champions League final and PSG has just lost to Bayern Munich. It's a terrible night for the boys from Paris, and they are furious with themselves for letting their long-lasting desires slip away.
The PSG, the wait goes on.
But things are about to get even more intense. As the players make their way to the dressing room, there's tension in the air. And then it happens. An exchange of hateful words between Kylian Mbappé and Neymar Jr. leads to an all-out brawl. The fight is so intense that both players are left with scars. Yes, you heard that right, scars. The aftermath of the fight is even more shocking. Neymar Jr. develops a strong dislike for Mbappé, who was the favored player even in the dressing room. But being the professional he is, Neymar doesn't show his hate on the pitch until a certain game with Montpellier. In that game, PSG gets a second penalty and Neymar picks up the ball to take it. But wait, isn't Mbappé the designated set-piece taker? Well, he's having none of it. Even though he missed the first penalty, Mbappé wants to take this one too. Neymar steps up and takes a penalty. And he scores! But it's his celebration that's truly surprising. He mocks Mbappé by imitating a wailing baby. It's a glaring diss that shows just how bitter Neymar is about the situation. But here's the thing, Mbappé remains the favorite star in Paris, so what does Neymar do? He comes up with a plan to defeat Mbappé with someone else. And who does he call for help? His best friend, of course. Number 7, Lionel Messi. The moment PSG fans have been waiting for had finally arrived.
The star waved to waiting fans from the airport after leaving Barcelona for France.
Lionel Messi, the greatest footballer of all time, was now part of their team. With Messi, Neymar, and Mbappé in the same squad, there was no stopping them from dominating the world. Or so they thought. Little did they know that hate would be the one thing that would tear them apart. Messi had already harbored a grudge against Mbappé because he idolized Messi's arch-rival, Cristiano Ronaldo. Meanwhile, Mbappé was envious of the strong bond between Messi and Neymar, who had won everything together during their time in Barcelona. The trio's lack of championship synergy became evident, causing Messi to become increasingly frustrated. He'd come to PSG with one goal in mind: to win another Champions League. But Mbappé's actions on the international stage made Messi's hate intensify. During the 2022 World Cup final, the tension between Messi and Mbappé reached a boiling point. The game was a fierce battle between the two superstars. Mbappé taunting Messi after scoring a hat-trick. Messi furious, but he used his anger to fuel his game and ultimately led Argentina to victory. However, not all of Mbappe's teammates could control their hate towards Mbappé as Messi did. This player hated Mbappé so much, he wanted to kill him. Number 6, Paul Pogba. The football world was stunned when a secret plot was uncovered involving none other than Paul Pogba, the stylish and flamboyant superstar. Pogba was jealous of the rising young talent, Kylian Mbappé, who was quickly becoming the talk of the town as the brightest star of French football since legends Zidane and Thierry Henry. Pogba was desperate to take back his spot in the limelight, but what he did next was beyond anyone's imagination. He subscribed to Kicker World for the most entertaining and fact-filled football videos. So, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe and like button now to be part of the elite. Okay, now back to Pogba. Pogba's secret plan was finally revealed by his brother, Matthias Pogba. In a shocking video, Matthias accused Paul of using witchcraft to cast a spell on Mbappé, which resulted in the French international's injury. The revelation sent shockwaves across the football world, leaving everyone speechless and angry at Pogba. But that wasn't the end of it. Mbappé was equally speechless and frightened for his life. It was a scandal that would go down in football history, forever tarnishing Pogba's once gleaming reputation. Now we know why he's regarded as the Prince of Paris, a prince who would never be allowed into Spain because of this player. Number 5. Luka Modric. The hate seeds were sown during the 2018 FIFA World Cup Finals, where France faced off against Croatia in a thrilling encounter. Mbappe was simply unplayable on that day, causing havoc for the Croatian defense with his blistering pace and exceptional dribbling skills. He even managed to cap off his brilliant performance with a goal as his nation triumphed 4-2 over Modric's Croatia. The defeat was a bitter pill to swallow for Modric, and it only grew bigger over the years. When Madrid was in hot pursuit of the French superstar, Modric was one of the players who convinced the club's president, Florentino Perez, to sign him. Perez pulled out all the stops and offered Mbappe the best possible deal.
Tranquilo.
But the young starlet ended up signing a lucrative contract extension with PSG. The entire Madrid team was left disappointed, but for Modric, it was a bit more personal. Oh well, Modric and Madrid can cry on. Mbappe is smiling with his World Cup and his juicy billion-dollar contract in the beautiful city of Paris. Hostile Spain is okay as long as his life isn't threatened, like the time his life was in danger during a football match. Number 4. Gerard Piqué. In 2021, PSG were up against Barcelona in the Champions League round of 16. Having vengeance in their hearts, the team from Paris were out to avenge the team from Spain for the thrashing that had happened a few years back. But unlike the last time, PSG came to Camp Nou well-equipped. They now have a goal machine called Kylian Mbappé. Full of confidence, Barcelona legend Gerard Piqué promised the home fans that Mbappé would be kept silent throughout the game, a promise he vowed to keep. Into the game, Mbappe, the young French superstar, was in top form and proceeded to tear the entire Barcelona defense to shreds, scoring a hat-trick. But that wasn't the worst of it. Mbappe did something that left Piqué fuming in rage. Mbappe started mocking and teasing the Barca players, and this made Jordi Alba step up to him to talk some sense into him. But that didn't mellow Mbappe. Instead, he called Alba a short midget. Funny, but very disrespectful. Piqué overheard Mbappe and he warned him to keep his mouth shut or he would receive a brutal beating. Number 3. Emiliano Martinez. The 2022 World Cup Finals was the most anticipated game of the year and the perfect final for football fans worldwide. Argentina versus France, a match that promised nothing short of pure entertainment. But for Martinez, the Argentine goalkeeper, it was much more than that. It was a chance to defeat his greatest nemesis, Mbappe. The two had a fierce rivalry, one that went beyond just professional competition. Argentina started the game strong, and by halftime, they were already leading 2-0. France was no match for the Argentinian team, and Martinez was ecstatic. His joy knew no bounds, and he couldn't help but taunt the French players, including Mbappe. But things took a turn for the worst in the second half, when Mbappe rallied his team with a remarkable comeback, scoring 2 goals to tie the game and take it into extra time. At the extra time, the Argentine team was ahead yet again, until France had a penalty and a chance to tie the game for the second time. That's when Martinez had his chance to finally defeat his nemesis. But Mbappe wasn't going down without a fight. He taunted Martinez with hurtful words before scoring a hat-trick goal. That sent the goalkeeper into a rage. The goalkeeper had the last laugh and dance as he managed to save 2 crucial penalties during the shootout, securing the Golden Cup for Argentina. Now, we're down to the top 2. These 2 players happen to be the ones that hate the French star the most, and it's all because of the excesses of Mbappe. Number 2. Pablo Sarabia. This will undoubtedly go down in history as one of the most despicable acts a player has ever committed against a teammate. Pablo Sarabia will never forget what Kylian Mbappé did to him. It all started when Mbappé signed his new contract extension with the French champions, granting him unparalleled power within the club. He was eager to exercise his newfound authority, and after the 2021 season ended, he set his sights on Sarabia. Sarabia was one of Mbappe's closest friends, but after a match where Sarabia opted to go for a goal rather than passing to Mbappe, their friendship quickly turned sour. Mbappe's angry words hurt Sarabia deeply, but he never imagined what would come next. Mbappe was fed up with Sarabia's attitude and took matters into his own hands. He went to the board and demanded that they put Sarabia up for sale, putting his powers to test. The board caved, and Sarabia was sold to Wolves. When Sarabia found out what had happened, he was livid. He vowed never to forgive Mbappe for what he had done. A supposed friend had betrayed him in the worst possible way. But little did Mbappe know that there was someone else in his inner circle who despised him, despite Mbappe's love for him: Olivier Giroud. Kylian Mbappe may have admiration and affection for his teammate Olivier Giroud, but it seems like the feeling is far from mutual. Mbappe's skills on the pitch may be elevated when he's playing alongside Giroud, as Giroud creates space and opportunities for Mbappe to thrive. But Giroud cannot stand his teammate. During a crucial Euro 2020 match against Bulgaria, Giroud was struggling on the field and he felt like he wasn't getting the ball. He attributed this to Mbappe's selfishness, claiming that despite making the right runs and openings, Mbappe was not passing the ball to him. Giroud publicly called out Mbappe during the post-match press conference, and the comments did not go down well with the young star. Instead of apologizing, Mbappe lashed out at Giroud and even resorted to name-calling. Giroud was furious and felt betrayed by his teammate. The once amicable relationship between the two players was now irreparably damaged. Now you've seen some of your favorite players who hate Kylian Mbappe. But do you know the thoughts behind these footballers' celebrations? Brace yourself for the stories behind footballers' most iconic celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, tap on that notification bell for when next we come around.